Carry me everywhere I need to go.
You guys got that out of your system.
Nah.
Yeah.
What's your name, then, nigga?
Until we start talking about LeBron.
Oh God. Okay. All right. We're here now. Yeah. All right. Welcome to another episode of Smacktalk. Leave it on the court. I am your host, Cerebral. I got my co-host Joe with me to my right. What's going on, Joe?
What up?
Fresh off the gig.
Yep.
I mean, fresh.
Fresh.
We got the homie D-Mob sitting next to us. What's going on, D?
Follow me at that.
Fresh
real
out the
D-Mob.
sleep.
Bro, like,
Fresh.
We're not even 10 seconds into it, and you're
just
already
like,
plugging
yo,
yourself.
what's up, man?
Okay, at the real D-Mob. Follow your boy.
Follow your boy.
Whatever, no one cares.
I'm
I'm
your
joking.
leader.
I'm joking.
I'm
joking.
Pinterest.
I'm your leader.
Damn, you on Pinterest?
Be honest.
I'm on Pinterest.
All right.
I'm here at my will, people.
So anybody that follows me on Instagram, I posted in the middle of the week. I had an announcement that I'm really excited about, and I think Joe's excited about too. Smacktalk is moving dates. We are not going to be in the podcast room at 8 o'clock in the morning on Sundays anymore.
Oh, Dad.
Thank God. We're going to be releasing episodes on Thursdays now. They're going to be recorded on Wednesday nights. So minor to everyone else probably, but huge for us. It opens up a lot of stuff, possibilities for some other things too. And I do have some other stuff coming in the pipeline that I cannot wait to share with you, but we're not there yet.
No.
So we're going to get into a lot of stuff today because in the time spent, like in all honesty, since the last episode that we recorded, which was like Christmas Eve or some shit, a lot has happened.
A lot.
I don't want to spend a lot of time on this right now, but Bears fans.
You don't want to spend a lot of time on that.
I don't want to spend a lot of time.
Oh, of course not. Why would you want to talk about that?
Because there are better things to talk about. There are definitely better things to talk about.
I mean, I could actually talk about the Bears.
We could probably talk about it for like 43 minutes.
I don't want to do that. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Or we can do it real quick in 43 seconds.
Because you already know the bone I have to pick with Bears fans. You gonna blame it on somebody whose motherfucking fault is not.
For real.
Oh, there's blame there. It's just not all the blame.
It is not his fault y'all lost that game. That kid got tipped.
I don't care.
It got tipped.
I don't care about the. So
that gentleman scored 9 of your 15 points.
But to put it in the hands of him, knowing what he's been doing,
why don't you work on that sorry ass offense?
It is the principle. It is the principle of the entire thing. So the whole season,
his 11 missed field goals has something to do with his field goal getting tipped at the end of the game in the playoffs.
It set the tone. It set the tone for
an ignorant fan who doesn't know what to base it off of.
That's why
yes and no. But the problem is that all year we've all said Parkey is going to be an issue in the playoffs. It came down to it, and
the offense couldn't get in the box.
Yeah, they only scored one touchdown.
I seen him go 3 for 4 from the field goal line.
I mean, that's expected of them. They should have improved in the offense going into the playoff. But
you can't blame somebody who scored 9 points when y'all only scored 6.
As far as the offense is concerned, I 100% agree with you. They should have scored more.
Well, can we look at it like this too? The offense took them at least that far, because at one point
you're right, it did make the plays at the end of the game, but
during the game, yes, they should have.
You had 60 minutes to score more than 15 points.
The fourth quarter,
your defense is going to hold them under 20.
The fourth quarter, the offense looked a lot better. They were able to move the ball a lot better, but before the fourth quarter, they didn't look in sync at all.
No,
so I agree with you on that.
Eagles.
The defense has some fault in this. Honestly, all three phases have fault in this game as far as
the defense looked very bad when you had a lot of field behind them. When they were playing in the small field, that was when they played better. I know they gave up that touchdown at the end.
That final drive they were making a bunch of boneheaded mistakes, and then that fourth down, it was 4th and goal.
They literally ran the same play twice. It was just to a different person.
Yeah.
What's funny? They were playing better in the first half than the second half because when the second half started, they had like a ton of penalties. They don't let the Eagles come down them.
Because it goes back to week 1. You don't play a full game as a Chicago.
And you don't finish.
They don't play 60-minute games.
They
play 48.
I agree with that.
If you get the offense from the second half and the defense from the first half, it's a different story. But you don't get to pick and choose that. That's how it's supposed to be.
Did y'all see the
Hey, are you
trying to kick the field goal?
They were 0 for 104.
Bro.
Makes you show that, like,
Bro.
y'all talk.
That
So if
bleach
y'all
report
want to
stuff.
talk all that shit, talk
And
about
get
he makes so much
opportunity.
money. Yup.
Hey, y'all.
Wait. Let me shoot the fans some bail. Let me shoot some fans some
Don't
bail.
tell me that snow stuff.
Motherfuckers, it's
Hey,
hard.
you know how many kickers like at least dust the snow? We don't get this
Adam
stuff ready?
Vinatieri last
Did they-
night missed a
Oh,
lot,
boy.
bro.
He is old.
Yeah, when I saw that white
Vinatieri
beard, I was
is
like, that man
old.
should be in home, yo, drinking some hot chocolate and just
And
watching.
he's thinking to
the game.
himself, I'm getting paid.
Yeah,
All right.
he
So
did
let's
miss
let's
that,
let's
though.
let's bring some organization to this. Okay. So somewhere in Chicago, I forgot who sponsored it.
Goose Island,
Goose Island, of course. they want
Lakeshore
to.
Beverage.
Okay. So they
Chicago?
sponsored basically
Is it
they
in Chicago?
they set up a goalpost and it was 43 yard. It was a 43-yard field goal, and they had an open challenge for fans to come out, and if you can make the 43-yard field goal, you would get a year's supply of beer for free. 104 people came and attempted it. 104 people failed.
Man, I can't believe
It
like
was
not one.
It was snowing in Chicago. There were people falling. There were nut shots.
It was a setup.
It was a setup.
a setup.
It was a setup. Mike Golick Jr. was there. He looked terrible. Yeah. So, listen, I understand field goal kicking is difficult. But if that is what you are getting paid to do, you are supposed to be better
You're
than
a
everyone
professional
else.
kicker, yeah.
He went 3 for 4 and
Hey,
one
but
got
look,
tipped,
Rex
bro.
Ryan said
That-
this on the thing. He said, "Real talk, I do not feel bad for you. This is your job.
care what
Everybody
Rex Ryan
comes
has
here
to
to
say.
do their job. Your job was to kick the ball and make it through. Now, granted, you said the guy blocked it. It shows that he.
I
tipped
mean,
a
I
little bit
understand
of
it was a microscopic tip, but when
Yeah.
you really look at it, as soon as it got tipped, it changed direction. That ball was about to go into the field goal post.
Yo, he didn't make it in the first one when they iced him before they iced him.
But see, the
and
thing
stuff,
is, and I'm guilty of it too, you go from talking so much shit about a player, but if that field goal would have went in,
he been praised.
you would have been praised instead
No.
of thrown in the dirt.
I agree
Right.
with you
and
wholeheartedly.
I think that's more of a Chicago thing than anything.
Oh, like cities like Chicago, Philly.
Yeah,
New
we do
York,
that. New York.
like when
the-
Michael when they drafted Porzingis, and Michael Rappaport was like, "Who the fuck is this guy?"
Yeah.
Now
And
it's like,
everybody was
it's
mad.
like, thank you,
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
good.
yeah.
So
that shit was
That's
funny.
how it works.
So I was at a bar watching a game, and literally as he's lining up for the field goal kick, they're chanting Parkey. Like
Confidence,
they
giving them that.
they wanted to get behind the guy. They wanted to get behind the guy when it hit the upright and it hit the base.
Double
and it-
doink.
Oh my god!
And I guarantee, I watched it at home. I was like, when I watched, I was like, I guarantee you, a lot of people thought it went in when it hit that first.
Bro, I
thing.
thought it hit. I thought it hit and still went in. And then like I'm waiting for the refs and I see the no good and I was just like,
Double
Yeah.
dizoink.
oh.
That's
I've never
tough.
been in a bar that quiet in my life.
But you know what?
I was watching the game with a bunch of Bears fans, okay? And throughout the whole game, you know, they're typical Bears fans. You know what I mean? Mitch should be better than he is, and he should have made that play. He should have made this play. But at the end, to see how quiet and salty they all were, all at the same time,
It's
y'all love your team, but
see, you know
I
what?
feel like the expectations are too high sometimes.
You know what? We all came into this not knowing that y'all was gonna win 10 games in the season. You know what I'm saying? I think this is
The part that
improvement.
annoyed the fuck out of me was as soon as they made the playoffs, they were talking Super Bowl.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of people, a lot
And
of
it's
people were
come on,
saying
bro.
that. Yeah, I didn't.
Your
think
offense
that.
can't score. Your offense can't score 21 fucking points.
I gave them to get to the NFC.
My argument was never based on the
conference.
offense, but yes.
What do you mean?
As far as the Bears teams go, it was never based on the offense. It was always based on the defense and what they could do.
Yeah, but I mean,
The defense was your strongest
the
thing.
defense
team.
held Philadelphia under their average points a game. The offense didn't come through. That's what the problem is, though.
Yeah.
So if you don't want that to be your argument, that's the reality I feel of the Bears team.
You know, they always seem to match up with the other team. They
This-
don't ever go overboard.
Play down to
They
their
always-
competition.
I don't even know if it might be that, but like they were the only team of all NFL teams. They were the only team to hold the lead for part of the second half of every single game of the season. They
But
didn't
they
have
still
a
not
single
finished.
game that even single game that they lost out of their 4 losses. They were in every single one of those games.
That's what I'm
They were
saying.
all
By
By a
one-score
touchdown
games.
or less. Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
So they're able to be competitive. And I think why that game hurts so much is because you know Literally. And this is why everybody's blaming Parkey is because had that field goal goes in, we forgive all of it. Literally, we forgive all of it. We forgive the offense looking like shit until the fourth quarter. We forgive the defense giving up that touchdown. And it was easy to blame Parkey simply because we've all been scared of that exact moment for weeks.
Yeah.
They shouldn't left it in. It had no choice, but it shouldn't have left it in his hands.
I personally do not agree with the amount of blaming going on Cody Parkey. I don't. But I can understand how it got to that point.
Yeah, if he would have truly missed it. If he would have completely blown the fucking kick and missed it, wide left or wide right or short, bro, you fucked up. Shorty, that's on you. It was ruled as a block kick. It got tipped. He went.
It was, and I understand what you're saying, but it was so microscopic. It took
it
2 days for the NFL to change it.
But when you look at the play in slow motion, he tipped it. Whether it was with his pinky or his fucking dread hanging off the top of his head.
You know what's funny? When I remember watching that kick, I don't remember them going, to focus on when he actually kicked it. They just kept showing like a camera view of him.
It's so fast, it's hard to see a block.
But I'm saying like when they slowed down, they'll slow down, show you like maybe the snapper, maybe fumbled the ball, maybe his foot like made a different turn, but I don't remember watching the video. So it's like they wanted kind of to y'all to be mad at him. Like, look at how he just missed this far right.
Like nobody, bro, that shit was so stunning. Nobody knew what the fuck was going on.
Yeah, no, it was.
And then I think the reason why they didn't go back to it is because there's so many facial expressions in the crowd and on the sidelines.
It was a stunning thing.
It was just like Matt Nagy. The look on Matt Nagy's face was everybody in the bar was in. It was
he was stunned
for them to run back the kick to where they needed to run it back to like the 35 or whatever.
Yeah. And move the ball in the field.
Move the ball, right. That was good.
But all the good juju in the world at that point.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like the offense isn't that good, but they should have been good enough to put up more than fucking 15 points on the Eagles.
Well, like I said, this year there was no expectation for the Bears, but to see what they need to grab.
There's a lot of expectation for the Bears. These Bears fans now expect to go to the Super Bowl next year.
I'm talking about like the beginning of the year. What I'm saying is they were looking to win 10 games.
What did I tell you? It was probably about week 8. I said it's almost better that y'all don't make the playoffs because the expectations and the stress level for next year are going to be lessened. Now they're 13-3, and you better win a fucking Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And if I'm wrong, stop me.
Better to win a Super Bowl or better to at least
Bears fans want a Super Bowl next year.
Of course. Everybody wants a Super Bowl.
Look, you want a Super Bowl every single year.
I understand. Well, so do I as a Saints fan, but be realistic. Like, fuck, we got to play the Eagles tonight. You know
I look at this Bears team very similar to the 2015 Chicago Cubs.
Playing with house money.
Next year is the prove it year.
But you made a huge change already. You lost your D coordinator.
You're 100% right.
And now you got Chuck McConnell?
I still don't understand stuff like that. Like when you have a good thing going on,
because it's Chicago sports.
No, but I'm saying like
it's Chicago sports. But it's the way we do things. As soon as you have something good, you have to fuck it up and let it go.
Either they should have gave him some money, or
no. It had nothing to do with money. It had nothing to do with money. It was he wanted to be a head coach.
Yep. Well, everybody wants to be a head coach. I understand that.
So he's gonna leave.
But like, why can't y'all look at it like who's the dude off the Patriots, the offensive coordinator? He just
defensive coordinator, Matt Patricia.
Well, he didn't leave because he thought that the Colts situation was a little funky, and because he took that job.
But is he still right now? People are wanting him to be a head coach, and he said, "I'm not going nowhere." He says,
"He doesn't want to go. He doesn't want to go to shitty jobs."
I mean, some of those teams.
Here's the difference. Because he's already gotten one head coaching job, and if you take another shitty head coaching job and fail, you'll never be a head coach again. Vic Fangio has been coaching for over 30 years and never been a head coach. This is the first chance that somebody's actually said, we'll hire you. He's 62 years old. I want the job.
I didn't know how his age was. Coaching. I mean, that makes sense.
There was probably no keeping him. Because if you win a Super Bowl, he's definitely gone. Because he won a Super Bowl. And if you don't win a Super Bowl, he's gone anyway because he wants to be a head coach.
I didn't know how old he was or anything. That like when you say like that, that's fine. But I just always assume like when you have a good season with a team.
The part that I don't like about that is teams being able to interview for head coaching before the season's over.
Yeah, I think that's a little ridiculous.
He took that fucking job before the game was even over with the Bears, and you could stop me if I'm lying.
It felt like that. It definitely felt like that.
Wasn't that like the Patriots defensive coordinator dude? That's the Lions coach.
Same dude.
He did like during the playoffs, like on the Super Bowl day or something. He ended up getting hired. Like, yeah, you shouldn't be able to do that. Like, they should put a rule on that. Cause that's just distraction and everything.
So, anyways, Bears fans, calm down. It was a good season. Like Joe said, let's not have over expectations.
It was a great season for y'all.
Honestly,
you projected to go 7-9, maybe 8-8, and you went 12-4.
I had
it sucks you lost in the playoffs, but
hey, listen, that's all.
Your problem has been consistent all year. It's not playing 60 minutes and the offense not scoring more than fucking they need to.
And that's what it all came down
like,
to.
Yeah, you guys won 12 games, but that defense had a lot to do with it. In
just don't
you
go.
You can't always rely on the defense. You got to be able to put the ball in the box.
Just don't go in like the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah, that's the one thing I want to avoid.
Don't be like them next year.
To piggyback on your point, Joe, I can really only think of one game where the offense defense played like a complete game together, and it was the Tampa Bay game.
I was going to say the Tampa Bay game.
That was it.
When you scored like 50 points.
And
you scored like 10.
I was in Hawaii, and they're talking about Trubisky's touchdowns.
Yeah,
I was in Hawaii, and
they was counting touchdowns. I didn't think it was passes.
I was looking at my phone.
When he had 6, right?
Yeah.
I was looking at my phone. I'm on the beach, and all my phone was just blowing up. Just ding, ding, ding. 4 touchdowns in the first half. I'm like, what?
So like that was the only game all season where both sides of the ball played a complete game.
Yeah.
All the other games, it was the other one side or the other had to do a little bit extra, and the offense did step up in a couple of games too. But it was more so than not the defense. Anyway, I don't want to make this about the Bears. They're not in the playoffs anymore. Congratulations to Nick Foles, you lucky son of a bitch. But today,
he's wearing that Super Bowl MVP on his head.
Today.
Oh, hey, let's talk real quick before we get in today. I'm sorry for you Cowboys fans.
I'm not.
It's about time y'all shut the fuck up.
I couldn't be more happy watching that game. For real.
We them boys.
I haven't heard a Cowboys fan. I haven't heard a Cowboys fan in the last 12 hours.
That's good. Let's keep it that way. Hey, they're going to come out of the sewer when the NFL season starts again.
Bro, when I think of Cowboys fans, you know what I think of? The longest yard when all the guys are cheerleading for the
a bunch of guys.
Yep, that's what I think of. A bunch of cowgirls.
Listen, my expectation for y'all, I want y'all to just
How can you have any expectations with the quarterback like that?
Or a coach like that? Like, I mean,
the head coach gotta go.
The head coach needed to go.
The owner gotta go.
The owner's got fired himself.
The fucking quarterback, Dak, bro. You just stop. Bro.
I never actually had no type of hype.
See, and it's so hard to say that because just last week the man had his fucking big boy nutsack on and he came and did what he had to do and beat. You know what I'm saying? And beat the Seahawks. It was like, damn, Dak, you actually look like a decent NFL quarterback.
Mm-hmm. Can't trust it. It's the same thing. It's inconsistent. The Cowboys suffer from the same issues that the Bears.
I don't feel like any. Yeah, Bears have a way better defense though. See, I hate talking about the Bears, but I want to know what they're going to do without Vic, bro. That shit it just bugs me, bro, because...
And you're not a Bears fan, so imagine
I'm not a Bears fan,
bro.
because, I know how much a D coordinator means to the defense. You can have goons in every single position.
It's how they react.
But if you ain't doing it right,
it
don't work.
Yeah, it could fall apart really quickly, so it's just making sure that the players are behind it, the scheming is right.
Everybody's got to buy in.
Yeah.
And that's a normality in most sports that
football
you want to be
more
successful.
So
because it's systematic.
Yeah.
It's your system does this a lot. My system does this. So I'm going to make sure my system does what your system's not.
Because there's so many guys on the field at one point in time, it's really easy for if one guy fucks his job up, it'll blow the whole shit up.
All the way up.
All the way.
One guard not making the block, it fucks everything
up. The whole play. You know, one linebacker missing his assignment, all of a sudden there's a touchdown. Yeah. It's old. Look. I didn't write it down.
Thing look a little off. This thing says Ravens versus Chiefs. What?
That motherfucking Chiefs, bro.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes, man.
Yo, you know who, between the Rams and the Chiefs, because a lot of people for some reason thought the Cowboys had some type of slim chance to beat.
Well, it's because of their defense.
You know what I'm saying?
If the Cowboys could have played at home, maybe.
I mean, yeah. If anybody get a chance to be home, they got they have a slight bit better edge. But they came in, both teams came in like, hey, we're trying to, make it to the Super Bowl because last year the Rams lost in the first game. Did they play, right?
Yeah.
And Chiefs did the same thing. So now it's looking like they both
Can we damn near talk about the pickup of the year, C.J. Anderson to the Rams?
Did look like bullshit at the time?
Is that who that was out there?
Bro,
that's who that was,
I'm like,
who the fuck is that?
Yo,
he's running the ball. He got a TD.
He got cut 3 times this year. 3. He got cut from 3 different teams this year.
He went from being Pro Bowl, Super Bowl to the fucking Broncos to not playing for the Panthers, not playing for somebody else, and then damn near about to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, the only reason he's on that Rams team is because Todd Gurley got hurt. It's the only reason he's on the team. And now they're like, yeah, stay.
Yeah, that's no problem.
I'll never forget when he cried in Denver. Like, I don't know why he was crying, but he was crying hard.
Hey, man, it's emotionalized game.
Yeah, he must feel proud of himself to be on that team right now.
So, can we get this on confirmation, Dion? Are you playing fantasy football next year?
You know what? Let's not announce that here.
All right.
Let's wait till the time
I'll give you some. Motherfucker, the time is now.
No, my expectation was very low, but I went in real hard this year.
Yeah, you did.
I'm just happy I didn't get last place.
Tell you,
matter of fact, when we gonna get that last trophy to the
motherfucker? When Wesley ever answers his goddamn motherfucking phone.
Next time you go see him, like if you see him,
motherfucker, I can't see him unless he answers the phone first. God damn it.
He needs that.
Wait, did we put a time limit on that?
Motherfucker, talk to AK and Justin about that.
Hey, we gotta do it for him, man. We will.
Right. What's your password, dude?
Hey, I know you can get in on our phone bill. I know. Hey, I need the password.
Man.
All right.
Start leaving them dick emojis.
Send him a bag of dicks.
Get a bag of baby dicks. Oh my gosh. All right, so. Who we got?
Let's do some order. Let's do some order, okay? So we already talked about the Rams Cowboys game.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's get a little bit into the Chiefs Colts game. That was a boring game.
It really was. It really wasn't nothing there.
Chiefs had that game from the jump.
I already thought the Colts competed, but
I can't even say that because you look at what the Colts did to the Texans last week. They destroyed the Texans.
For as bad as the motherfucking Chiefs defense is, you can't figure that shit out.
Yeah. And with Andrew Luck behind there.
We could put together a flag football team that'll go score a touchdown.
But you know what? I'll say this. Sometimes when the playoffs hit, something clicks. You remember when the Colts won the Super Bowl, when Peyton Manning's first Super Bowl, all season, the Colts defense could not stop the run to save their lives. Playoffs started. Defense did the whole shit. Peyton Manning played like
I get it, bro, but they've been like 31st, 32nd.
But you know
that's what that Colts run defense was.
You know what's funny though? Like the Chiefs defensive line was going at them. Like they actually stepped up to that day. And
Andrew Luck was the least sacked quarterback in the NFL this year. And he got sacked 3 times?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they were coming at him. I kept seeing the collapse. Yeah, because they said because he was like back in the day he was the one that was getting sacked the most. They said this year the offensive line was protected.
He only got sacked 18 times in regular.
Hell, their rookie lineman is a Pro Bowler. So so they were really protecting him this year. But
I mean, the Chiefs stepped it up. Patrick Mahomes did what Patrick Mahomes does.
Yeah,
he did another one of those side arm. Look, it's to the point.
Man,
it's to the point now. It's to the point now.
It's a skill.
He did another one of those side arm throws. We're like, bro, what are you doing?
I mean, I get it, making plays under pressure like that, but what you gotta make sure that not consistent in the sense of making plays like that. But if you gonna play the way that you're playing, you better be consistent with it.
Yeah.
I should not see him throwing under 25 touchdowns first season after throwing 50.
Agreed.
You know what I mean? Like if you're gonna, that's cool. You can make all these cute plays and all and whatnot, and they are really good plays. But don't say he's there when he's only in his first full season.
I wouldn't say he's there because you got a long way to go. But you know what? He has hell of weapons. You know, with Hill and Kelsey. He's
got a good system.
He's got and Andy Reid is a great coach, so he's in a good position.
He is a very good coach.
Honestly, who knows how long Andy Reid's gonna go? I can see those two pulling like one of those semi Tom Brady, Belichick go and try to get like 3 Super Bowl. Listen,
I can't say that.
Listen, no, I'm just saying that.
That's GOAT status. I can't compare to that.
I'm saying like if this system keeps working for them, they win this year.
I'll give you a better comparison.
See, the thing is, it hasn't worked yet.
Yeah. I'll give you a better comparison.
But this is a different quarterback.
That's fine.
I'll give you a better comparison. Andy Reid and Donovan McNabb.
Andy Reid and Donovan McNabb?
Yeah, you can be really successful. Now, can you take the step and win the big game? But I can see this pair being good for a long time.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm not gonna say Belichick, Tom Brady because that's a different level. That's a level of dominance that just isn't seen.
All right.
But Andy Reid, Donovan McNabb, I mean, they went to 4 straight NFC Championship games?
Something like that.
I can see these guys doing that. Now, could they win and go over the top and win Super Bowls? We'll see.
But we know what the Chiefs are, in the Super Bowl.
We know what
or
the Chiefs
in
have
the
been.
playoffs.
We know what the
You
Chiefs
what
have been.
Yeah, they finally got to the AFC Championship game.
Yeah.
But we know that they don't play well in the playoffs.
But there is one key ingredient that's there that hasn't been there before, and that's the one that we're criticizing the most.
Yeah.
Patrick.
Yeah.
So if Patrick Mahomes steps up and gets them past that, then we're willing to look at this team differently.
Yeah, agreed.
And I mean, that's the biggest position in the sport.
Agreed.
Of course.
So we'll see. I mean, if he wins it, more power to him. And we can. He's been getting bashed on the show, not by me. I've been on the Chiefs train from the beginning.
It's not necessarily a pass. It's just okay, that's cool. You're doing your thing in your first full season.
Right.
Well, you got about 12, 13 more to go.
It's like you were saying for the Bears, your expectation is
they're gonna raise
super high.
Right.
Like you going, like you say, I
Like,
want you to see 25 or plus every year
any
now.
irrational Bears fan that I got to talk to in the next 8 months, it's all it is going to be Super Bowl. Am I lying?
No, you're not lying.
And that's what makes it so hard is because most Bears fans are irrational.
Yeah.
But so and you can remove yourself from the Bears situation, but I'm going to tell you right now, it's the exact same with Cubs fans. It's the exact same.
Irrational Cubs fans, yes. You ask me if we're going to win the 2019 World Series, I'm going to tell you to kick fucking rock. We might not even make the playoffs, bro.
Hey, real quick, since we just brought that up.
Let's not do this.
No. Did you see who we re-signed? Or who we signed for?
Yes, I did.
You didn't see it?
Eddie Russ.
You know what? I don't.
You want to know what that was? I said, look.
A panic.
It's like, no,
It's gotta
it was a
be a
panic. It was a panic, but it was also, you ain't getting paid what you deserve, right?
Like, yeah.
They slid this bullshit contract across the table and said, sign it.
Maybe. But I was just
To be honest,
like when you said they weren't making a lot of moves, y'all was telling me that they weren't making a lot of moves. I saw that come on my
They were
my
letting people walk
notification,
that they shouldn't have let walk.
and I was just like,
you don't let Daniel. We're not going to talk about baseball right now.
I just wanted to make sure.
I'm not
going to
get into that because we're not going to be here all morning.
All right, that's fine. I just wanted to make sure y'all know.
Right.
We know.
But yes,
So-
I agree with you. It is about the same with irrational Cubs fans.
that is Chicago sports for you in a nutshell. It is.
Yeah.
We are hard fans. We're absolutely hard fans, and I mean that makes the winning that much better though.
It does.
But it makes the losing
that much harder.
that much worse.
Yeah.
I've been hearing all week like the worst loss in Bears history. It's like, no. It was heartbreaking, but it was not the worst loss in Bears history.
What are you going to go with? Because I got one in specific.
Super
Super Bowl against the
Super Bowl.
Colts. Super Bowl against the Colts.
Like,
Bro, you can't get that close and not get it. Like that hurt.
I was going to
and
say.
nobody had the Bears going to the Super Bowl that year.
I was going to say that one goofy year when y'all lost to fucking Green Bay in week 17.
And let him in
And
the
then
playoffs.
played him,
That's
and let him
up
into
there
the
too.
playoffs,
That's top
and then
three.
led him to the Super Bowl.
That's
They
top
won.
three. That's top three, bro. You know what? About
that
that
one
year,
was a rough
I was
one.
arguing up and down because Lovey benched the starters in the second half, bro. I'm arguing up and down. Do not let the Packers in the playoffs.
No.
Don't let the Packers in the playoffs.
No.
They're your arch nemesis. And then when they're coming to your place, it's like, oh,
And then you play him in the divisional round. That's
No,
how
it wasn't. No, it's the championship round.
The championship
it was the championship
round,
round,
To get to the Super
To
Bowl,
get
right?
to the Super Bowl.
Oh wow.
And then you let fucking Aaron Rodgers, who hadn't done shit yet, win a Super Bowl, and you were the far better team, and it's been fucked up
Who
ever
was the
since.
quarterback at that time?
Well, the Bears?
Yeah.
Jay, he got hurt. He tore his MCL at half.
Oh, in that same game.
Remember when he split his vagina? All the way wide open.
Hey,
always
look,
split his
look.
That motherfucker
He had a
split-
legitimate
He had
tear.
a split vagina
A
for like
legitimate tear.
32 straight weeks,
His whole
bro.
with the Bears uniform.
He had a legitimate tear. He did have a legitimate tear. How it was handled by the team was bullshit. But he had a legitimate tear.
Bro, you know what one of my favorite memes is? Smoking Jay Cutler.
Oh, dude, Smoking
They
Jay
got a
Cutler is the
website, yo.
best.
They
It's the
legit have.
best.
They have a legit website for that, yo. I think it's so
I
funny.
honestly was hoping that he was going to do media this year.
He did. I thought he
I was
did,
ho-
but I thought it was just
no,
like not
I was
televised.
hoping he would. I was hoping he
catch a
would.
lot of smoke.
That's why I want to see it.
When people saw what.
Yo, if I see Happy Jay Cutler, I'm gonna be furious.
Jay Cuddy.
Was he on the Dolphins? No, didn't he play this year? He played on the Dolphins.
No.
Or was that last year?
It was last
That
year.
Last year. I
Somebody
thought he was
wanted
on the
his
Dolphins.
sorry ass.
Oh, wow.
You catch that $10 million check. I'll take it. Shit.
Hell yeah.
Anyway,
got
so
today?
all right, so we're disorganized as fuck. So we talked about the two games from yesterday. Congratulations to those teams for winning.
Yeah.
So now we've got two games today. We're gonna get into your game, but we're gonna get into your game second because I know you really want to talk about that one.
Not really. I just kind of want to watch it, bro. I'm just going to.
So we've got Chiefs Patriots. I saw an interesting stat all week that I didn't know, and I'm amazed by
Wait,
it.
Chiefs Patriots? You mean
Chargers Patriots, my bad. Chargers Patriots. See, you look at me, but you don't correct me.
For me? I didn't even catch it, bro.
I'm like,
And then I look over like
Jesus,
Joe
I'm
staring at me
I
like, damn, you
was staring at you because you were talking. I didn't even catch it.
So you have Chargers, Patriots, and I saw an interesting stat all week that Phillip Rivers is 0-17 against Tom Brady.
In his whole career,
In his whole fucking career.
Yes, I thought it was 0-9 in the playoffs. Something.
It is. It's 0-9 in the playoffs, and it's 0-17.
He's never beat him.
Yo, y'all stand no chance.
God damn.
If I feel real, hey Eli, I need some tips, pointers, everything. How do you defeat this guy?
Eli hanging up that photo of him so quick. Eli don't fuck with Phillip Rivers.
As you bring up Eli, so I know this is off topic again, but you know how AB unfollowed the Steelers and then followed the Falcons or whatever, that media or that bullshit.
I was trying to avoid that conversation.
AK said, I said, man, motherfucker really need to go to Green Bay. Is where he really need to go.
Don't do that to me.
I said, you know, jokingly, I said, or the Saints, because Drew Brees throws that bitch 50 times. He can get him his looks. And then AK goes, nah, he can come over to the Giants with Eli and Saquon and Odell. And I said, motherfucker, Eli dud. He said, bro, he had the 27th ranked offensive line. They were terrible. I'm like, I didn't even respond, bro. I just turned back over and went back on my phone like, bro, Eli was great, bro. Yes, he was.
You can't tell.
My man's is done.
You cannot tell a Giants fan that Eli is done, bro. You can't tell him.
Well, you know what's funny? They're so
my man's is done.
They're so in denial about that, too. It's just like, yo, he did what he did for y'all in the past. Let it go. It's done. It's over with. I like Eli for what he did, but it's done.
Get your man's, bro.
But
he's trash out here, B.
Anyway, so Phillip Rivers is 0-17 against Tom Brady,
and that brought me to my next point because he said Phillip Rivers is going to beat Tom Brady and go to the Super Bowl.
I want Phillip Rivers to win.
I said if it's any time, it could be now, but he ain't winning no Super Bowl.
Listen,
that time is probably past.
I'm sorry, but
this is his only opportunity probably to win.
This is his last chance.
This is his last chance.
He's had plenty.
And how long do you think he has in him to keep going?
I mean, at the quarterback position, especially now, he's 38.
Depends. You got Tom Brady, 41.
Yeah.
Drew Brees just set another record for completion percentage
he
as a whole.
He's been a tough guy. I hardly ever see him get hurt. I
But like you see, like the rise in power. Like the Colts are going to be better next year. The Chiefs are going to be there. Whatever they are, they're going to be there next year. The Ravens, maybe they'll take a step forward. There's a lot of, Houston might figure things out. And
I don't know. Lamar Jackson looked like fucking ass.
Yeah.
That was terrible.
That was terrible.
Game.
That was fucking atrocious.
Now, do you think that's the offense they're going to run next year again? Like the same scheme? Cause
that's probably his job. If he didn't put Flacco in at all during that playoff game, it's pretty safe to say, here's your learning experience, young blood.
Yeah. And I think he did the right thing.
We got our ass kicked, and
ironically,
got to understand why.
He played better in the fourth, and but it was too late by then.
It was too late.
60 minutes, bro.
But I felt watching that game. I felt like playoff Joe Flacco is going to win you this game.
Dude, I said at halftime, you got to put the fucking guy in.
I said the same thing.
How'd you not?
I agree with you, but then that creates a problem if you win that game because of Joe Flacco. What the fuck do you do going forward?
Well, the Eagles did.
I mean Lamar Jackson got you there.
That's a lot easier. Yeah. The Eagles are going to have an issue if they win another Super Bowl and Nick Foles wins Super Bowl MVP.
Big Dick
we'll get
Nick.
Big Dick Nick.
You're going to be swinging that boy around now. Like, yo,
not tonight, buddy. That motherfucker.
So they create a problem that there's no right answer to.
I mean, Lamar Jackson got you there.
Yeah,
he got you
there. The players support him.
Yeah,
you got to die with that ship.
Yeah,
you do.
He did the right thing.
Now as a fan, I agree with you. I would have liked to have seen what Joe Flacco could have done in a half, because I know Joe Flacco is a playoff quarterback. He's a clutch situation quarterback. He's not a great quarterback, but he's a clutch situation quarterback.
He's probably
he's anti Matt Ryan, and I'm gonna keep saying
he's probably just like any other certain players. I'm ready for the playoffs. Like, I don't like the regular season.
He's not good enough to be able to say that, though.
But that's what I'm saying. But that's how he probably thinks. You know, like that's why he's so crappy in the regular season, because he just really wants to get to the playoffs. Like, I'm done. Like, why we got to play through all these games? That's like the certain NBA players, yo.
So, all right, because we've gotten off topic so goddamn much. Who are we picking for this Chargers Patriots game?
I'm gonna go out on a whim and say Chargers.
I mean, I want to say the Chargers too, but I don't know, man, because I don't feel like the Patriots team is what they normally are. I feel like they're beatable.
That's why I picked them. I feel like this year the Patriots are now.
I feel like it's safe to go with the Chargers.
Look, I agree with you, but I've seen some bad Patriots teams make it to the Super Bowl. I've seen some bad Patriots teams win the Super Bowl. I'm not betting against them this early.
If they win, who they do? Is it the Chiefs and Patriots?
Yeah, Chiefs, Patriots, and then
the Chiefs.
The Chiefs already beat the Chargers and the Patriots, right?
No, they lost to the Patriots.
They lost to the Patriots. Yeah. That was their first loss. Was the Patriots?
That's right.
Patrick Mahomes been waiting on this rematch. He won both his rematches, honestly, because he lost to the Chargers too.
Did he really?
He lost to the last time they played. He lost to the Chargers.
Okay, so either way, he
that's what made
revenge.
that number 1 seed scary. But either way, the game's in Kansas City. Regardless who wins, they're number 1 seed. So the road to the Super Bowl goes to KC.
All right, so we all got
second
the
game. Joy, who you repping? Who you repping in the second game?
Come on, man. Why are you asking dumbass questions?
Who you repping in the second game, man?
Why are you asking
Bro, I feel like,
why you asking all them questions?
No. Wait. I feel like Joe's worn that hoodie every single day since the playoffs started.
Damn near.
Yeah, he said, I'm here to rep. He said, I am here to rep.
All right, so you've got the luckiest player in the NFL right now, Nick Foles. And I mean that respectfully. I do.
Lucky.
And you've got Who Dat Nation.
Who that?
They got to go into the Superdome.
That's a tough place to hear plays. That's hard to,
Who that?
call out anything because them fans are like
they're ready. They're ready to explode.
they're lions in that dome.
So what are your expectations for the game, seriously?
Fucking win.
Right. Simple. To the point. Period.
Straight up.
I know that feeling.
Straight to the point. Period. Win. Coming there with a Super Bowl trophy and $200,000, yo.
You ain't lying. 275.
I love that, by the way.
So
and
do
then before we even started recording, they were talking about how it was all in ones.
Oh, that's what it was?
It was all in ones.
It was a lot.
It was a big-ass pile of money.
Wow.
Like, bro, what you doing that money afterwards, man?
You know that. Hey, no joke.
I see how you roll,
When
Sean.
I saw that, when I read about that, I was like, he not doing the bounty again. Is he? Like,
Bro, I was literally like,
I was like, yo, what are you
doing?
doing? I was like, yo, your man got suspended not too long ago for that, man.
No, he got suspended
he got
for that
suspended
shit.
too, yeah.
The last time we played the Eagles in the playoffs, we beat them.
How long ago was that?
2013.
Oh, that's not too long ago, but this is a completely different Eagles team.
Definitely.
It's a different Saints team minus Breeze
Ooh,
and,
2013 was Nab still on the team? No,
no. It was probably
I don't even remember the last
it
quarterback.
was probably Michael Vick.
Oh yeah, Michael Vick was on this squad. Did he make the playoffs with them once? I think he did. Might have been in 2013.
I don't know. Michael Vick was on that roster, but was he the quarterback is the question.
He was backing up somebody, but I don't remember. Like I said, the Eagles, once Davin McNabb left, I don't remember who.
I actually want to say it might have been Nick Foles he was backing up.
Did he play for them?
Big Dick Nick.
He was the quarterback?
I hate Nick Foles. I don't know, probably.
Because Nick Foles, this is his second stint with the Eagles. He was.
I do remember that he was with them at one point. I thought
That's true.
Yeah. So it might have been Nick Foles last time they played.
We beat the Eagles this year.
You did. You stomped the Eagles out this year.
48-7.
Yeah. I remember that game.
Ain't no problem.
No problem.
Ain't no fucking problem.
Right.
What you call it? You know
for
what? Is right now the Eagles has that magic again from last year.
So let's talk.
It's gonna be a
I
tough
don't
game
give
for
a
the Saints
fuck.
to win.
Let's. No, it is gonna be. It is gonna
Because
be. It's a playoff game.
if you let us play against that fucking defense that played against the Bears last week, come on, bro. Our offense is not that bad.
No, I'm not saying that. Like what factor? Like they're in a dome. They're a little more less
in New
weather
Orleans.
In New Orleans, I just think like the Eagles
The
have
hardest place to play, let alone in the playoffs.
anybody used to play. Yeah,
championship pedigree. You always got to account for championship pedigree,
Right.
though. So, which the Saints do have some of that. They have enough players that have that, but basically the whole Eagles roster has it.
Yep. And
So
yeah.
they like right now they know what it takes to win.
yeah,
And the last time we played them at the crib, we beat them 48-7.
100% agree. They were
But
they were counted out. We did
Nick,
not think they was
Nick
making the
Foles
playoffs.
playing, or was it Carson
No, it was
Wentz?
Carson Wentz. Factor.
Damn, that was how much. That was that score.
Yeah, it was bad.
48.
So
I don't
remember that. I don't remember that at all.
I remember it.
Sunday, November 18th.
Let's talk.
I can't give me the weather. Too.
Let's talk a hypothetical because it's an interesting situation that I think is not going to. There's not a right answer to. Let's say the Eagles do win back-to-back Super Bowls.
Let's not, but I feel you.
I get you. I get why you say that. Look, same. Let's say they win back-to-back Super Bowls and Nick Foles wins back-to-back Super Bowl MVPs. His contract's up. at the end of the season.
It's hard, bro, because Nick Foles is old.
Nick Foles is old.
Carson Wentz is supposed to be your future.
Right.
The future can't stay fucking healthy.
And the past is winning.
But you can't give that kind of guy that kind of contract.
Maybe you don't give him a big dick contract, even though Big Dick Nick needs a big dick contract. Maybe you don't give him a contract. Maybe you just sign him for a couple years and say, "Look, you're doing."
As Nick Foles, do you take that disrespect? Because if I'm Nick Foles, I take that as disrespect.
Where's he gonna start at?
Anywhere he wants. You're a 2-time Super Bowl MVP. You can get whatever job you want at that point.
At that age?
Yeah. And guess what? Is it irrational? 100%. But will a team sign Nick Foles to a blockbuster deal because he's won the last 2 Super Bowls? Tell me that there's not a team out there that
idiot's
will.
going to do it. I believe it.
The Bears already got a quarterback, bro, so it's not like the Bears are going to do it, and they would be the number one fucking suspect.
Denver could do it. They don't got a quarterback.
Jacksonville would do it.
Jacksonville does need a quarterback.
Let's
Really
go down the line.
bad.
Like I said, Denver
Miami would do it.
Really? I don't know, man.
Like I said, Denver needs a quarterback.
There's a lot of teams out there that need a quarterback, and they're going to get enticed by. They're going to get enticed by the Jets. They're going to get enticed by the fact that there's a guy that has won the last 2 Super Bowls, and he's a free agent.
Yeah.
So the Eagles would be in a shitty.
How old is Nick Foles?
Too old. I mean, in retrospect for quarterbacks, he's not that old.
I mean, is he older than 35?
He probably is 35.
He's 29. He is only 29.
We're way the fuck
Nick
off.
Foles?
Nick Foles is only 29. He
So-
was born in 1989.
Why does everybody say he's so fucking old then?
Because Carson Wentz is like 13.
Carson Wentz is actually 26.
You damn near might as well consider signing the hypothetical 2-time Super Bowl champion, because what has Carson Wentz done for you?
In the beginning of the first time around, they got them to the playoffs.
That's cute.
I mean,
That's cool.
But Nick Foles finished it off.
But is it a way so you can run 2 quarterbacks?
Yeah, if they're both down for it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, hey, you run into the regular season.
There is no quicker way for a coach to get fired than doing that shit.
But like you said, if the quarterbacks are down with it, like, hey,
This
you
is
handle
not
the regular
college
season,
football.
and
This
then
is not college
we going there. Oh my gosh! All right.
Oh, wait, speaking of college football, Roll Tide.
Nah, fucking Notre Dame. We want Bama. We want Bama. Y'all
Nigga,
motherfuckers, like I said, didn't
Hold
want
up.
fucking Clemson.
Wait a minute.
That game was
There's some people that owe me money on this Notre Dame game. I'm looking for you.
Y'all,
I'm just going to say that.
I don't know what
I
y'all
specifically
thought
remember y'all kicked the shit out of Stanford. Notre Dame did. We want Bama. We want Bama. Man, stop, dude.
There's only one team that I've ever been okay with chanting, we want Bama, and it's the team that beat them on Monday.
You don't want no smoke from
Notre
fucking
Dame
Clemson.
fans are just as bad as Cowboys fans.
I was about to say, don't you fucking dare. I'll flip
Cowboys
this table right
fans,
now.
they're-
Don't put me in the same bracket as
they're
Notre Dame
bad- they're as
fans.
worse as the Yankees fans.
Problem is,
Yes.
most Notre Dame fans are Cubs fans.
Most Notre Dame fans are idiots.
Yeah, real talk.
They think they got the cream of the crop every fucking year. And
Hey, but shout out to y'all, the women's basketball team. They cold. Like, I watched one of their games the other day.
Against Louisville?
I think it was them. They were cold. And then they win the title last year.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure they did.
It's women's basketball, bro.
I'm not gonna disrespect them like that.
I'm just saying, though,
that was a good.
who pays
that-
attention to it?
I like I said last year, the team had that game-winning shot.
Other than
on
the championship game for the women's, bro, that's about it.
I was shocked to learn that UConn wasn't 1 or 2,
Yeah.
which is weird.
Yeah.
But anyway, what the fuck were we talking about?
We're talking about the
Saints beating
and the
Big Dick
Eagles.
Nick
All
today.
right, so
was it.
I'm not even gonna ask Joe. Joe is rooting for the Saints. He says the Saints are gonna win. They're gonna win 43-7.
Damn, I didn't say that.
That's his
I said we're
prediction.
gonna win.
No, I'm putting that. I'm putting those words in your mouth. I'm putting those words in your mouth. I'm putting those words in your mouth.
Hell no.
Yeah, D, who you going with?
Yeah, no,
I got the
who to
Saints.
pick.
I got the Saints. Only because Drew Brees is my favorite quarterback of all time.
I'm rooting for the Saints because that was bullshit last week. I don't care what nobody said. It was bullshit last week.
So you want the,
I'm
you want
hurt,
the Eagles
bro. I'm
to go
hurt.
down?
I'm a hurt bear.
want
That's the
Eagles.
first thing I said to DJ's dad. I said, it's all right, bro. We'll beat him for you.
But I'm a jaded ass Bears fan right now. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, you got every right to be. Your
Look,
offense ain't come through.
Well, we say this is like the last opportunity for Drew Brees to win a Super Bowl.
No,
No?
Not with the offensive weapon he has.
not with the offensive weapons. Not with Sean Payton.
Man
still
just
there.
threw 5 picks for the season. You know what I mean? 70% completion rate at the age of 39.
He's at that Brett Favre, Tom Brady like ageless wonder track. So Drew Brees, when Drew Brees is done, you'll know, but it's not now.
I feel like
not say he's done, but it's
they gotta win it this year.
Right.
It would be really nice for him to win the Super Bowl this year.
Right.
Because then he could really be considered the GOAT.
So if he wins
at least be
it,
in the conversation.
If he wins it this year, do you think he thinks of retiring?
Maybe.
He's too competitive. He seemed like one of those guys that just loves.
He's got records he's trying to set, bro. He already broke him. He's trying to set them now.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I understand Tom Brady's won 5 rings and everything, but Drew Brees wins another one, and you're in top 5 in every meaningful statistic category. It's hard to argue not because he's got 2 Super Bowls. He's never, and if he did, that means he never lost a Super Bowl.
Like going.
I understand Tom Brady's been to 1 million, but Drew Brees is definitely better than Aaron Rodgers. Then,
yeah, I'll get that. I always looked at Aaron Rodgers as being like the stuff that he did. No other quarterback could do, but Drew Brees is probably one of the toughest quarterbacks.
Drew Brees puts up video game numbers every.
He's consistent with it.
Yeah, like
his numbers have dropped a little bit stats wise and touchdowns wise, but
he's like you said, he's consistent. He's there every year.
They've changed the way that offense is.
True.
So it's systematically on purpose that his touchdowns have gone down.
True.
They want to be more balanced. Still threw for 5,000 yards.
But I do feel like this year they need to. This is the window right now that's open for them. I think they can do it again next year, but I think it's going to be more tough.
Offensively, they have no flaws at all.
It was just like last year. There's no reason why we should have lost the fucking.
Like, honestly, last year, yes, it really was. But that pass.
I have questions. I have questions defensively, but I think all the questions I have defensively can be overcome by the offense.
Yeah, if you score 45 points.
Yeah, if you score 45 points, it's hard to beat that team.
Right.
It's the same thing with the Chiefs. It's the same thing with the Rams. And I have big question marks.
So whoever wins this, they got to face between who?
Rams.
The Rams.
They got to play the Rams?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's going to be...
The Saints win, it'll be in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'd rather see the Rams and Saints for sure.
So would I, so we could fucking beat them again.
Okay.
God damn it.
Okay. Yeah. So, we get our NFL fix in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're good?
Yeah.
Who that?
That was aggressive.
Who that?
Okay. So, we've all been excited about the NBA in the last couple of weeks because some weird shit's been going on.
D-Rose.
Whoa.
Did you see the second round of the voting counts?
Yeah, D-Rose.
He's still number 2 guards.
D-Rose.
The only thing they said changed was Paul George leapfrog over Kevin Durant, which I thought was crazy. But that makes sense.
Oh, no. Another thing changed.
Durant right
Yeah, because Kevin Durant's a bitch.
See, that's why.
There's a lot of that going on.
That's what I said.
Another thing changed. Luka Doncic is second in voting in forwards.
I thought he was second last time. Was he third?
He
was up there.
He wasn't second, but he's second now. Like he's a starter now.
I retract all my statements
about Luka.
Telling these people, man. Good. I'm telling these people, yo.
So why you ain't answer the DM I sent you when I said you got to pick one?
Because he's
between who?
Luka and D Rose.
Oh, I said Luka.
You didn't say shit.
Oh, I did. I thought I said something. It was Luka.
He replied in his mind and then went about his day.
Listen, I love D Rose from Chicago. We
D-Rose.
love him. But let's be honest, like the guy, as much as he's been balling out this year, he's missed a few games. His team are still not, up there with all the other teams.
So you're just gonna drop your brother like that? That's crazy.
Yeah. And and Luka Doncic has literally finished games where they put the ball in his hand, he's had come through. So and the guy is literally
yeah, but I mean they're
putting up hella points.
They're not making the playoffs either though.
Where are they at in ranking?
2, 4, 6, 8, 12th.
They're 12th. And where's Minnesota?
Right above them.
Oh, so just right above them. Okay.
Oh, that was D Rose.
D-Rose.
Listen, when it comes down to it, listen, it's only 25% of the fans voting. All right, the other voting comes from the players and the media, and I think coaches too. Let's be real.
D-Rose.
Like players and
both of these guys are going to be all-stars, Derrick Rose and Luka Doncic. Because so when you go to the players, the players respect both of them. Every NBA player loves D Rose. They just do.
Yeah.
And Luka Doncic has proven all the players that he's played up to this point. They all come back and look like, damn, this kid's good.
Yeah.
So he's going to get players' votes. Media, same thing, because they're going to follow whatever trends the everybody else is.
I think D Rose can get there, yes, as a reserve rather than a starter. I think
that man about to be a starter. Watch.
I think because listen, what you call it? You still got like Stephen Curry still on that top of there.
He's number one.
Huh?
He's number one. That's the only person ahead of him. They only got it. You only need just 2 spots.
What you call it? I don't know what other guards up there. I would assume.
So you got
up there
Clay is 6. So you got
Mama name him Clay. I'm gonna call him Clay.
It's Steph Curry, Derrick Rose, James Harden, Russell Westbrook.
Wow, sorry. Yeah, James Harden. Like you telling me that he's gonna go over James Harden, Derrick Rose? You think players and coaches are going to say, "Oh yeah, I love Derrick Rose"?
I think players and coaches like. I think
James Harden is an MVP.
I think players and coaches.
Why not pick him? Listen, let me say this. James Harden is literally the only player in the NBA history that has 4 40-point triple-double games in 1 month. Michael Jordan has 3 in all of his career.
That's cute. Mike's got 6.
I'm just saying. Like right now, I'm saying like
look. He said
6 rings.
Okay, well, I'm not
he said, "Don't you disrespect
my." I'm talking about Derrick Rose and James Harden of what they've been doing.
Look, we got to talk about how every time somebody tries to slight Michael Jordan, the immediate response, 6 rings.
Hey, what's that movie? He said,
he was like, "Why is that? That's the only argument you have."
The only argument there is.
I was like, yo, that's us in a nutshell. That's the college fans in a nutshell right there, yo. LeBron James is a lot better, yo. Michael Jordan has 6 rings. That's the argument you have. That's the only argument I need, Sean.
So,
I mean, after the second returns, you got Derrick Rose leading by 300,000 votes on top of James Harden. And then he's leading 500,000 votes on top of Russ. Clay ain't even in the conversation. You're talking 1.5 million votes.
Okay. Wow.
Damian Lillard, 610,000.
Okay.
So it's pretty much between James
4.
Harden and Rose.
Yeah.
Okay, well, like, if y'all picking y'all... Like,
I mean, obviously, if you're going talent-wise, you got to go James Harden.
I'm just saying, like,
But
like
this
is fans, coaches, players, and media...
But if you had to think about it, who do you think is more likable, James Harden or Derrick Rose, amongst players and coaches?
Right now,
it's a popular All-Star game is a popular
players, coaches, and
media.
James Harden
Is more likable.
He is more. Why would he not be more likable? He's literally been like everybody's been watching him this whole year. Everybody's raving about him.
I'm not.
D-Rose.
I agree that James Harden is likable, but I believe D Rose is more likable.
I don't. Like, yeah, the old Derrick Rose.
No, the new Derrick Rose, the
Derrick
comeback
Rose
story
right now,
Derrick Rose.
yes.
Comeback story Derrick Rose is way more likable.
It's nice. It's great. I'm happy that he's doing his comeback.
Because literally, bro, minus the injuries, bro, fuck James Harden.
Like,
He's going to fuck James Harden.
But, okay, but if you can say that, but James Harden has literally put his team on his back and took them to the second top. Took them all the way. They were literally out of the playoffs in the beginning of the year, which don't really matter. But he's literally said, I don't have no other superstar with me. Chris Paul's out. I got to take my team to the top. And then he just pulled a LeBron James.
Let me tell you something about James Harden.
I mean, how hard is it really to score 40 points a game when you can fucking travel? When you can travel, bro, how fucking hard is it?
You're taking
that movie is a travel. But
it's not.
I mean,
it's not just once every 3 games. It's like
right,
7
yeah.
times a game, bro.
Listen to this. If the referee's not gonna call it, I'm gonna keep doing it.
These motherfuckers called KD inbounds when he's clearly fucking sleeping out of bounds, bro.
It's even more messed up. Stephen Curry did the same move. They called travel on him.
and he threw up 13.
He threw up 13. But what I'm saying is like it's not like James Harden is doing anything foul, wrong, or anything like that.
Oh, he is.
No, he's just
not
traveling
getting
every time he touches the fucking rock.
If they're not seeing it, why not?
This is what it is.
They look past. No, but I'm just saying, bro. They're looking past it for a fucking reason, bro. They're not looking past it because they just that's James Harden. That's the league MVP.
So you're judging him off of one move, off of one step back move.
He does it 10 times a game.
What I'm saying, but
it's
all the
not
other
even
points,
just his step back.
Okay,
really,
what
look
about
at the
his
shit
assists?
he does.
What about the layups he gets up to taking it to rim? What about his,
It don't matter. They got to face Golden State, so it really don't matter.
I am willing to bet that those traveling step back threes account for 12 points a game.
Agreed.
Maybe, yeah. Because they're all threes most times.
Right.
They're all threes.
So what's he averaging without that?
Probably fucking like 40 right now.
He's averaging right now like
33,
34, something like that.
So that puts him at 21.
I mean, obviously it's all hypothetical, but what I'm saying is they're letting them get away with it.
All right, but we're right back to Derrick Rose and James Harden making the All-Stars. starters. So you telling me James Harden's going to be coming off the bench? He's going to be reserved?
I bet you. See,
For the sake of Derrick Rose comeback story,
the thing is, it's the All-Star game. So it like as far as like it's who's the best. It's about who everybody wants to see. I think that guys like LeBron, guys like D Wade, even Jimmy Butler, those guys are going to pick Derrick Rose over James Harden.
I agree that they want to see Derrick Rose there. I think Derrick Rose can get there by being a backup, but to be a starter, I think like. Fans would like to see James Harden start. Like, of course, like
if fans wanted James Harden to start, guess what? He would be ahead of Derrick Rose.
But like when Derrick Rose came into the league, he grabbed a lot of fans. But he's known in China more than James Harden is. The guy he's global more than half of these players. Like he took when he blew up. I give him props because whoever his managers or whatever told him, hey, you gotta go over here and do this. Yeah, but they took him worldwide. They took him the Kobe route. They said, hey, look, this is what Kobe's doing. He's going to China, doing this, doing that. Derrick Rose did the same thing. He's being loved right now. Clay's doing the same thing too. He's known out there more than
Clay got an ugly ass shoe.
He's known more probably out there than other players.
I don't want to harp on fucking All-Star voting because that's. Whatever. Let's get to MVP talk because James Harden mid-season MVP talk. Obviously, I mean it's January. Yeah. So obviously I'm not picking MVP right now, but if I had to, so it's between two players primarily as it looks like right now. You got James Harden who's scoring 40 at will, and you got Giannis Antetokounmpo. I'm trying to learn to say his name right because the Greek freak, though it is fun, I got to put some respect on that man's name. Who do you guys got, or do you have a dark horse?
I actually had I put in the top 5 thing, where I go from 5 to number 1. I did Curry, LeBron James. I got flip flop for this. I don't know why I did like this, but AD, Greek, and LeBron James. James Harden. And I looked at it like how you told me. I think it was you. Somebody said if you take all those guys off of that team, they're trash. Or not trash, but they seem to just fall apart.
That is how.
And it has shown already. When Curry was out, the team started losing games for some reason. When LeBron James, it's right now. LeBron James gone. Those guys are 1-7 in their 10 games, or 2 in 8 in their 10 games. Greek freak. They're a semi good team, but they need him like crazy. And AD. Wow, AD, the Pelicans are not even where they're at. And they're not even there.
I think that you can make the case. You can always make the case for LeBron, and you can always make the case for Steph. Especially when Steph was gone, that Warriors team, they just don't click. It's just something wrong. But when Steph's on the court, it fixes a lot of that shit.
He's
so you can always... you can always make an argument for both of those guys. James Harden is trying to win back-to-back MVPs. He said as much, and he's playing like that, especially with Chris Paul out, because he's at the point where he has to play like this or they're going to be losing and they're going to miss the playoffs. He understands that. He's been playing at a high level for a month straight now.
Scoring fucking all these points, bro, at a 43% clip. That's crazy.
Yeah.
He's averaging 34 now.
You've got Giannis, who is taking a step forward. I still want to see more out of him.
He's got a long way to grow.
If he gets a jump shot, if Giannis gets a jump shot, he's unstoppable.
Yeah,
he's absolutely unstoppable. He's going to score 30 at will. But he can do so much stuff on the court right now. His passing, his rebounding, his defense, all that stuff accounts for it. And he's another one of those players. You take him off that team, nobody gives a shit about the Bucks.
And he's shooting the ball at 58%.
Dude,
in the paint, yeah.
I mean,
it's disgusting.
He does, but he different from Ben Simmons. He's willing to take the long range shots.
Yeah, that's why I said I told somebody, I was like, at least he takes a shot. Yeah. Ben Simmons literally doesn't even look at the rim when he has the ball up there.
My 5th guy, and I'm probably about to get an eye roll from one of y'all. I don't really care.
You said 5th guy?
My 5th guy, because I gave you 4 names. My 5th guy is Russell Westbrook. He's averaging a triple-double again.
I need him to slow down.
I know that bet, boy. You know what's funny?
That's just the rest of his career. He's just going to average a triple-double.
You know what's funny about him? The only thing I have off about him this year is if Paul George wasn't scoring like he was, he would be hurting the team slightly because his shooting is horrible this year.
I feel like Russ always hurts the team, bro.
But right now,
I
he's
feel
doing
like
the
that's
right
why he
thing.
couldn't win when KD was there.
Because he used to take the shots. He used to always want to be the guy to take the last shot.
Yeah.
But now this year, he's passing it up. He's giving it to Paul George. He's kind of like, all right, now I
they're
realize
meshing
that,
really well right now.
Yeah, they are. So
Addition by subtraction, by the way.
that's what I said. If Paul George wasn't scoring like he is right now, he'd be kind of hurting the team.
Yeah.
Like, just because you're getting triple doubles don't mean nothing without the W.
Of course,
You know?
100%. But they're one of the best teams in the West.
No, they are. Yeah. They can potentially beat Golden State, but not by. It's very slim, but they can.
It's hard when you
They
got
got great defense.
It's hard when you got two players averaging 60 points a game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's hard to beat a team like that.
It is.
And then there's a third guy that could drop whatever he wants whenever he wants.
And Boogie Cousins still coming
Without
back.
dribbling the ball.
Yeah.
Took 3 dribbles to 40 points.
We were chilling the other day. Kay said, "Who was that against?" I said, "The Knicks."
But can we talk about also how Golden State torches the Bulls the
Bro,
other day
like,
again?
what is Steve Kerr on?
He said, I'm just letting y'all know right
That-
now.
that- I feel personally
what-
attacked.
he said,
We're
that's what
terrible, bro.
But like it seemed like when they see the Bulls, they
The Bulls
see red.
suck.
Like
They do.
It really do.
So I don't think we've recorded since I went to Timberwolves game. I went to see D Rose. I didn't go to see the Bulls. I went to go see Derrick Rose, and it's the first time that I've actually like paid attention to them in a whole game. They are fucking
Terrible.
horrid.
Terrible.
And I'm pissed, yo. They re-signed that coach for next year for $1 million.
Why you mad at Chicago sports for you, buddy?
I guess I shouldn't be mad. But it just really upset
you-
me.
like-
I feel you,
let's-
bro.
to talk
I
about-
would rather have no
Listen,
fucking. I would rather have the players coach than fuck
I'd rather
yourself.
the
Okay.
fans get a chance. Like, ain't fan to come in
Straight
tonight
up.
Do a lottery.
coach.
Do a lottery. Let me on the bench.
Maybe
You know how much
do a
money
better
you
job,
make, bro?
Alright.
Yo, so like, I just want to get into this. As a Chicago sports fan, I'm a
That's
sports.
a good one.
I am a
raffle. Coach the Bulls.
Hey, you ever seen the movie Eddie? Just like that, yo. Whoopi Goldberg. The Knicks do that. They let a fan coach one night, and she ends up becoming the head coach for the rest of the
Coach
season.
every night, every home game,
Every
one different
home
fan.
game.
That'd be funny as hell, bro.
Get a clipboard and suit.
Bro, I watch. Look, I would watch. At that point, I would watch.
It would
We're
make some
all
fans.
we're straight invested for the tank at that point. If you got fucking fans coaching,
So like, I just
hey,
like
what's
as
this play? I don't fucking
fucking
know.
know,
Just
right.
set the pick, dude, and shoot it.
you shoot, you good, you shoot.
Like, what you doing there, coach? I'm YouTubing the play. Hold on.
I'm trying to learn these X's and O's, bro.
Anybody know
when I play
Computer Blue?
We're going to run zone.
I just set the pick and shoot the ball. That's it.
So
shit.
as a Chicago sports fan, like in all major cities that have like multiple sports teams,
I don't feel like
You
any
have-
of them are invested as we are.
no, but usually you've got out of all the teams that have multiple sports teams, you got one team that's going good, right? That like you can really like lean on. It's like, well, can't wait for them to start playing again. Right now, as a Chicago sports fan, I am not looking forward to shit sports wise.
especially like
I'm
Blackhawks are
I'm
bad.
nervous about the Cubs.
Nervous.
I don't want to talk about the
A little
Bulls.
nervous.
I'm optimistic about the Bears, but that shit still stings.
A little nervous.
And then
The
Blackhawks
Cubs
are
scare the
te-
shit out of me.
The Blackhawks are
the,
terrible.
the
Because for
Blackhawk tickets are cheap again.
Bro, I was like, yo, this is bad
Yo,
this
I
year.
done seen so many people's IG stories going to Blackhawks games. It was like, oh, you weren't going when it was popping though.
It's my time. Shit.
My fear for
I'ma
the
go.
Cubs. My fear for the Cubs is that the reality of the dynasty being done is
Right.
quite
You
possible.
can't even call it dynasty.
You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
For
but
our
it's like-
run,
Listen,
it's the reality of it being over is about to knock at the front fucking door.
I'm to the point where I'm thinking to myself, yeah, let's sign Bryce Harper. Let's figure the fuck out. I don't care.
is it weird that no type of story or anything's coming out about him?
Nothing.
Zero.
So-
Like,
So-
hey,
let's keep
is
it-
you dead, bro? Him and
come to the
Machado.
door.
Are
Are
y'all
you there?
fucking alive, bro?
These motherfuckers are gonna sign together somewhere, and we're all gonna be
They
pissed.
probably
Like,
pulling LeBron James.
They
way,
got
way.
all the way through winter
if they pull a decision,
Yo,
tweeting.
it doesn't make no sense. Usually you get like a little sneak here. Oh, we just saw Bryce Harper leave.
reportedly-
Meeting with the Phillies today, and I don't like
so
that.
reportedly, they did meet with Theo, the Bryce Harper in his
camp.
in his camp. They met with Theo, and basically Theo said, before you make a decision, give me some time to make some room. Because and Bryce was listening. It's like, give me some time to make some room. I want to see if I can make cap space. If I can make cap space, would you be willing to wait? And supposedly he was like, yeah. I'm willing to wait.
Then he said that.
That's fine, but this motherfucker, bro, he better swing the bat and he better hit the ball because.
Then he said he wants a big contract. Though.
He hasn't said shit.
Somebody said that he.
See, that's the thing, bro. Like, you aren't worth a big contract.
I've been saying this for a year and a half, and I'm going to say this now. Bryce Harper is not worth the money that I'm hearing getting tossed around. Nope. You look at his stats. He is a great show, and he's going to
fit in decently.
He's going to fit in. He's going to fit in decently. He plays solid defense.
I ain't paying you no $300 million, man.
Yeah, that's all I heard. That he wants like $338 million.
He wants to be the highest paid player.
You get $20 million a year,
right? So I'm going to be really critical if he signs here, especially if we have to get rid of Jason Hayward, who finally had a good season last year and has good defense, has better defense than Bryce Harper.
I'm straight with Hayward.
I honestly am too, but
because I know out of right field you're getting fucking defense.
If a ball pop flies in the right field, I'm not worried about it ever.
Right,
I'm not.
Or if someone's about to tag up, okay, Hayward's there. At least we got a shot.
He got the cannon.
Not saying Bryce don't, but it ain't like fucking Hayward's.
Hayward's at a different level, defensively and offensively. He was good enough this year. Now, can Bryce Harper produce the offensive numbers to counteract that?
Of course he can. He can explode at any given moment, but it's just a matter of when is the given moment.
He's a big-time bat.
Big facts.
Where Jason Hayward is little-time bat.
Big facts. Little facts. Take that back. Little facts.
Jason Hayward in a big situation at the plate, I just walk away.
Yeah, I see it last year. It's going to be a strikeout, a ground out to second, or a pop out to second. Tell me I'm fucking wrong.
I think I see one time this dude had a game winning.
Oh, Jason Hayward's up second baseman. Oh, I got to get lit.
Wait. The bases are loaded. Jason Hayward's up.
I'll just take a nap real quick. Let me take a nap at second base. Because I know you're going to strike out.
I almost broke my phone because of Jason Hayward in the playoffs.
I was, bro. When did I tell you I shut off? Because I was at the academy and I was watching a game on my bogus ass service. I think I shut the game off after. When was the end of the game?
What time? It's like 9.
And Hayward striking out was earlier in the.
Yeah, it was in there. It was like 7th inning.
That's when I shut it off.
That's when I
almost broke my phone. This is literally when I almost broke my phone. I tossed my phone, and by the stroke of luck, it slipped out of my hand and it went to the couch. That was God looking out to me like, you don't want to do this. Because I was slamming it. Bro, I was slamming my phone on the ground. I did not give a fuck.
See, what's fucked up is we went from making the conference championship to not even making out the wild card. We had to resort to a fucking wild card game.
We had to resort to a playing game.
And a playing game, yeah.
We won the wild card game, didn't we? The first
nope.
one? I thought. Oh yeah, we lost.
We lost both games. We lost both games.
Back to back.
2 days in a row. Yeah, we had to get over a shitty Milwaukee loss and play another shitty game.
Yeah, and see, bro, that goes back to the scheduling issue. We played fucking 28 games in 30 days, and then you got to play back to back at the end of the season.
There's legitimate explanation for it, but I don't care.
At the end of the day,
it's like we were talking about with Parky. There's legitimate explanation, but you know what? I don't care.
You're right.
So.
How'd
you get us talking baseball, fam?
And
neither one of us want to talk about the Cubs. You just got both of us riled up. Joe changing his hat. I'm sweating. Fuck.
Doing the Ray J challenge.
All right, who's y'all MVP for the NBA?
Like I said, I got right now number 1 for me, James Harden.
Realistically, how do you give it to anybody else right now? Right now. If it changes in the second half, obviously it changes. But
right now, yeah.
The only thing that I don't like is him shooting 43 from the field and 85 from the free throw line. Like 85 is still good, but if you're going to the line 11 times a game, you should be making them.
I feel like with James Harden, him going to the free throw line so much, it does 3 things. It gets you easy shot attempts. 1,
he goes the most in the league by
a lot.
By 3 attempts.
It's ridiculous how he goes to the line.
It slows down the pace of the game, and it gets players on the other team in foul trouble. That's why he drives to the basket so much. Because I think otherwise he would just rather shoot threes all day.
But, LeBron not being on L.A., that shows you that LeBron could be the MVP.
It really does. And it's so messed up. He always had to show that to them.
What's fucked up about the MVP voting is we don't know if they're truly basing it on most valuable player to the team.
I feel like we know that they're not.
Because it's stats.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't get me wrong. When D-Rose won that MVP, I love it. But LeBron had fucking numbers that year. So
the whole world was
Maybe every once in a while they go with the most valuable player
Who was
to
the
the
leading
team.
scorer that year? It wasn't D Rose, was it?
I don't know, but that specific year, everybody was anti-LeBron because it was the first year of the decision. Like, people were against LeBron.
True.
For the first time and only time really in his career. And D Rose is this lovable story. I think that occasionally the most valuable player gets it, but it's rare. It is very stat driven right now.
Big facts.
So I mean, and James Harden is putting up crazy numbers.
If you were to base it straight on who's the most valuable to that team, I would probably go with LeBron.
I think if that was truly weighed that way,
he's really got them in contention.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're gonna make a run in the West, but he's damn sure got a better fucking shot than he did in Cleveland. And if he can take that dog shit Cleveland team to the fucking ship, then why can't he take a decent Lakers team to beat the Warriors?
LeBron suffers from the same issue that Michael suffered from. It's like he's so good that nobody's amazed by the shit that he does anymore. So it's just like, this is what you're supposed to do. You're not getting an MVP. This is a regular ass year for you, but you're still the most valuable player.
Impressive.
It's like Kobe getting snubbed, bro. You're telling me Kobe Bryant ended his career with one MVP?
It's crazy.
He should.
Kobe.
Yeah, he should have won multiple ones. He should at least have. I say like maybe like
Three.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I say 3.
I could think.
Like, you know, it's funny. They say that the year that Steve Nash won, Shaq should have won one. Like, when he went back to back, the next year should have been Kobe the one.
Kobe was bro. Kobe got snubbed when he was averaging like 34 a game.
Yeah. Oh, Shaq tells you that he should have won that.
I know that.
Shaq
gonna tell you how he feels.
All right. What about our rookie of the year?
I really don't even think why there's a point of having that conversation.
Why we gotta talk about it? All right, why we gotta talk about it? I'll give y'all one to see what y'all.
Wendell Carter Jr.
Huh? Wendell Carter Jr.
Yeah, he's a rookie of the year. No, he's got it in the bag.
Got it.
What you call it? 6th man of the year.
That's what D Rose is playing for, man.
Yeah,
and he's.
That is what he is playing for.
I mean,
shit, he could damn near get 6 man and come back.
I don't think he could get most improved player this year.
Or most improved player, whatever they call it.
That was my most. I think there's two. I think there's comeback and most improved.
There's no. Well, I mean, that comeback is probably in the back. Like, they don't really reward anybody, but they talk about it. But most improved player, yeah, I was like, I wouldn't be. He literally was only averaging 8 points last year. Yeah. And
now he's damn near back 19, to a dub.
Yeah, so that's a hell of a most improved.
Yeah, he's going to be up there. He's definitely going to be up there. That's I mean, regardless, that's going to be my vote. Regardless of if anybody has better stats than
for 6 man.
Yeah, for 6 man, it's definitely going to be. I'm rooting for him.
Spencer Dinwiddie on the Nets. That dude is freaking balling out of control. And the Nets are really good when you go over there and play them.
Yeah, but I think a part of that is exposure, and I've not seen one Nets highlight at all. I've seen a bunch of girls highlights.
But you gotta look at it. It's like the Nets or the Pacers. They don't get that kind of look.
But that affects those awards though.
I don't. It does, and to me it doesn't. Because the only reason I say it like that is because we don't see it, but the people that do the voting, they are.
Well, their media figures spread across the entire league. But you know, if SportsCenter is showing D Rose highlights every other night, you're gonna see, man, D Rose is having a really good season. That's what I mean by
D Rose.
Yeah.
So I mean, you'll see. I don't remember Buddy's name that you said, but you'll see him when that team that you're covering goes and plays the Nets, or they come and play your team. But overall, you're not going to see a lot of him throughout the season. Well, Derrick Rose is going to get a lot of spotlight because he's Derrick Rose.
Yeah, like I said,
and that's what a lot of these awards are. It's about spotlight.
Well, like
bear down, dude.
Kinda, because what you call it, like defensive player of the year, like they usually some.
That's such a hard stat to
I don't think I've agreed.
Award to give out.
Like, I don't think I've agreed with defensive player of the year for a long time. I don't think I've agreed with it at all.
That's why
when Joe Kim got it, it was basically because it's like, look, you had a great year. You can't have MVP, but we'll give you this defensive player award.
Because he was getting fucking triple doubles. But I mean,
and he wasn't. He was like top 5 in MVP though.
Yeah, I think that's like they gave him defensive player of the year as a consolation prize.
Yeah,
that's what it felt like to me as a Bulls fan.
Quattro. It's hard to give defensive player out because what do you base it on? Blocks?
For some,
it's mostly been big men though. You know what I mean?
For some
but
reason,
Kawhi Leonard has won it twice in a row, back to back. So
Yeah.
I assume that it's just how much points do players average against you? Like,
but see, that's the thing. What do you consider a point that was scored against you? You know what I mean? Were you helping? Were you not helping?
Yeah.
Did you straight up get beat? Were you coming over on the fly to help with the 3-point shot and it goes in? You know what I mean? Does that count against you?
Yeah, more so than MVP. Defensive players just looking as like, yeah, he looks about right.
Oh, he got locked up. Yeah. I mean, obviously you can see why Kawhi gets it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like
Big
Roy
ass
Hibbert
hands.
and Roy Hibbert, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Because you're a rim protector, obviously.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's so funny, like players like AD probably should have won one by now, but like Rudy Gobert got it because that's all he does is play defense.
Yeah.
But like for those players like AD that be doing it on both sides,
Got to do both, right?
you know, you think they should get it before they do, but that's all that person's main for is for defense.
Agreed.
So
Like an AK.
okay.
That's all he does, play defense.
Is he playing in that league again this year?
Nah,
That dude
he's
ain't
done
doing
with basketball.
I wouldn't be surprised if he don't play. I mean, it's obviously he's doing good. He's hitting the
he's
gym and getting it in, but I doubt he'll play basketball again.
Okay.
I mean, would you?
Fuck no.
That'd be nerve wracking, bro.
What if you play
To go play pick up basketball again after you
Bro,
tore
I'd
your
be nervous
ACL?
as hell. I will be fucking nervous as hell.
Tiptoeing in my
I
Jordan.
have told you for
jogging.
years. That's why I stopped playing because I'm afraid of that. And then when that shit happened to him, I was like, "Yep, not getting on the court
Like
no more."
I'm jogging. I'm not even probably doing that. I'm speed walking.
Look, I know myself better than that. Once I step on the court to play a game, whatever happens, happens.
Yeah, competitive, but like man,
I'll be mad later.
When you told me the way he screamed on the court, I was like, "Yo, that's crazy."
I felt so bad, bro, laughing. But shit, fuck, damn it,
Wait.
You got one more,
Hold
you got
on.
one more.
Wait.
shit.
Did AK write Mo Bamba?
The
AK wrote Mo Bamba. Where's writer credits at?
He was
check.
straight up, bro. That's all he kept doing, and I'm
fuck-
like, I'm staring at him like, oh yeah, you definitely ripped something. But
You done.
you done,
Turn you
bro.
over, stick a fork, and you're done.
I got to drive his whip home that day.
Must be nice.
Man, there was one day, bro. This drunk asshole had me come pick him and Maddie up,
I
right?
remember. Is that the same night?
Yeah. No, this is
a different
completely
night.
different.
It's the
night.
macaroni and cheese night.
Nah.
Yes, this is.
But is it?
Yes.
Oh, that's what night I'm talking about. You talking about the yak?
Yeah, bro. Fucking asshole. I have Caitlin take my car home. I'm there with them trying to get them in the car. They don't want to fucking leave. AK finally gets in the car. Then he don't want to be in the car no more. Then Maddie gets in the car and she don't want to be in the car no more. I said, I'm leaving. Maddie calls me, hey, can you turn around? Can you come pick me up? Aaron doesn't want me here. And I'm like, all right, I'm turning around. I turn around. That time it took me to turn around and get back to there, they're both passed out on the bed. I said, I'm fucking going home.
And I'm taking your car.
And I'm taking your car. I'll pick you up either before or after the podcast tomorrow, dude.
I remember Joe walked in. AK ain't coming today.
Bro, he sent me the video that day, that night, and I was laughing because it looked gross. He just on his hands.
Bro,
and knees,
that shit was coming out.
crawling.
I'm like, oh, you drunk.
Like,
Bro, I didn't even tell you, bro. I went to the game I went to Fatty's crib to watch the Bears game.
You told me, yeah, you told me.
I did.
When they got you taking shots and stuff.
We got fucking wasted, dude.
You said that you get how much you get you supposed to get something, and then he said take a drink, and you said you wasn't trying.
Oh
to drink.
yeah, DJ's dad's boy. He just retired from DOC, and he was like, I'm like, nah, I gotta work tonight. He goes, nah, you got 3 PB days. You're using one today. Here you go.
That's
Jack Daniels, Hennessy, bro. If I didn't have that fucking short to drive home, I would have been screwed.
yeah, right. It's right down the block.
He said, you gonna be all right? I said, dude.
It's right there.
Motherfucker, I can spit on my house, bro. He said, why don't you just walk there? I said, 'cause I want to walk here tomorrow to pick my car up. I'll walk right now. I'm drunk. I don't care, but I don't want to come tomorrow.
I don't even feel the cold.
Jesus Christ. Fuck, what were we talking about?
We're talking about
This is
some
the most
season
off-subject podcast I think we've
All right,
ever done.
we're just
All right,
talking,
real
bro.
quick.
This is fun
What you call it? Coach of the year? Do y'all have any thoughts? No.
Not Fred Hoiberg. Oh, you know what? You know what I want to talk
Not even
about?
there no
I do want to talk about this.
Or,
Can I get some credit for calling Tom Thibodeau getting fired this year? Can I get some credit? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
There's a cookie upstairs in your cabinet. Treat yourself.
What you call it? Again, I feel like it was kind of coming. Everybody could kind of see it.
No, because people looked at me like I was crazy when I said that shit.
I didn't think he was crazy. I was like, yeah, he's probably done. Like, I mean, after
it's almost inevitable.
So you had Tom Thibodeau getting fired. And I think it was because of not that he traded Jimmy, but where he traded Jimmy to and what he got back. Because I think that if you make that trade with Houston and get those 4 first-round draft picks, he's still coaching. Legitimately.
Probably.
Because it's like, you know what? He was going to be gone, but you got us a haul back. What you got back from Jimmy from Philly,
Sixers.
It don't equate. It's not enough.
I mean, the coach of motherfucking the Raptors, he's a new coach. Yeah, whoever the fuck that is.
I like to do off Nets because nobody had the Nets playing like this. So Kenny Atkins, that's my coach.
Yeah, they're not. I mean, the East just sucks so bad.
Horrible. It's so horrible.
It's 5 teams.
Like, when are you gonna knock it out and just have 16 straight teams? You know what I mean?
You know what's messed up?
It's hard.
I think players are just like.
I understand that, but the let's see, 1, 2, the 3 teams that are below 500, you could replace them with 3 teams that are above 500 in the West.
Yeah.
So is that plan that they thinking about, like making it just one big?
LeBron has made it clear he wants no parts of that, so the NBA is probably not going to do it.
Well, he should be happy now because he's not on the East no more, so everything should be good. Like,
LeBron's such a bitch.
I think you have the weirdest love-hate for LeBron in the world.
Yeah, bro, I do. You're absolutely right. Like, bro, just recently did I say, the motherfucker cold.
Yeah.
Still a bitch. But the motherfucker cold.
Like I said, that whole, we didn't talk about this. I don't think we did, but that whole GOAT thing was,
oh my God.
What GOAT thing?
When he said he was the GOAT.
He knew he was the GOAT.
Look, bro, there's one or two ways. There's one or two ways you can go about this, okay?
Yo.
You can go with generational GOATs. Where
That's fine.
you had one in the 80s, you had one in the 90s, 2000s, 10s, 20s, 30s, whatever. You can do that.
Sure.
Or you can say, bruh, Jordan won 6 fucking times, bro. You know what I mean? Like, yes, it's a great feat to go to 8 straight finals.
Awesome.
But what you're saying is it's also okay to lose.
Right.
I'm not cool with that.
Like, you was like
I understand it's a team sport, and I understand it's hard to base on a GOAT. But when you're talking about, we had this argument the other day at DJ's dad's crib because Kurt kept saying this shit about LeBron, and all the old heads were like, "Dude, are you fucking serious right now?
Yeah.
Like, you need a fucking drink or do you need something?
The old heads will beat your ass if you say LeBron.
Because you're tripping. They're saying Mike, you don't see the shit Mike did.
No.
He said, and then you put Mike in the league now, he's gonna average 40 because he's gonna fucking live at the free throw line.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many factors that you can go with. So you're better off just saying, look, Jordan ran the 90s. LeBron ran the 2010s.
Simple as that.
Kobe ran the 2000s.
Simple as that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because other than that, you're just going to keep fucking arguing in a big goddamn
and there's
circle.
never going to be an answer.
Never.
A new player is going to come in. They're going to freaking dominate the league. And they will probably be looked at as a GOAT status somehow. And then it's going to be the same thing over again.
It's going to be James Harden.
Yeah, I mean,
he got to win though.
Yeah, he got to win.
He does.
He got to win. Like, if he wins at least 3 titles.
Once the Warriors break up and LeBron get the fuck out of here.
Because it's almost safe to say that LeBron and Steph damn near got to split the 2010s.
Just the way the back half of it has gone. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, you damn near got to say that they're splitting the 2010s.
It was all LeBrons until this little light skinned motherfucker named Steph showed up.
You know what's crazy? Why isn't Steph not being GOAT talk? He has 3 titles. I'm willing to give him. I'm willing to give Steph all the credit in the world. I still say, without Steph Curry, that Warriors team is trash. No, it is. But that's what I'm saying. Like, the kid won 2 back-to-back MVPs.
It is, but a part that jeopardizes it is he had arguably one of the best scorers to ever touch a basketball come play for him and win 2 rings. You know what I mean? If maybe if he would have did it without KD's bitch ass going there and still won 3 rings.
He did it one time.
One time. And now he's got 3 rings and KD was there for 2 of them.
And it's so messed up.
And he doesn't have a single finals MVP.
You know what I'm saying?
He doesn't have a single finals MVP, which sucks because I'm still willing to argue he deserved last one.
If Steph was to win 3 rings, if Steph was to win 3 rings without KD coming over, how do you not put him in that talk?
Right.
But you got KD there now, dude. It's just one big security blanket after another. Steph got KD got Clay. Clay ain't got nobody, but
Clay got Draymond. You don't want Draymond.
you know what I'm saying? So it's just one big security blanket over there, which is another reason why it's almost you don't want to say he's the GOAT because he's got so much help there.
Yeah.
It's easy for them to score buckets. You know, before he came, he was working, bro.
I mean, we can say that, he's also homegrown. You know what I'm saying? Like, he stood by his team.
Very true.
He didn't call KD. It was actually KD that called KD. So
he text that motherfucker immediately. Like, yo, we need you.
I mean, Steph obviously didn't have any control of what KD does and him coming there, but it hurt his legacy in a sense, bro.
I looked at it more like, honestly, when you look at Steph Curry in the playoffs, he's actually not that good.
Just like if Scottie
Last year
Pippen,
he was.
just like if Scottie was to take the Bulls.
No, I'm saying last year he was good. Before that, you're absolutely right. But last year he was exercising those demons. Like when they got to the finals, Steph Curry was like, "This is my finals MVP." And him and KD were neck and neck. It was literally like, who the fuck's gonna score more? And KD had I think that was at game 3 where he scored 40-something points, and that's what gave KD the finals MVP.
It'd be like if Scottie were to make it to the finals without Jordan that one year. How much of it would hurt that
legacy? It would hurt
legacy?
Jordan's legacy, 100%.
It would, and it damn near kills it now because you take Jordan off that team and you still win 55 games.
You're one bad call away from the finals.
Yeah, conference finals, I believe.
Okay. Yeah.
I believe it was. I believe it was them and the Knicks to go to the conference finals. I could be wrong though, but either way,
I think it was Knicks.
Either way, like a lot of things can hurt a legacy, and you don't really think about them right away. Like not saying Steph's legacy is done, but KD. I mean, you got goons.
Right.
Yeah. You have the monsters. You really
57 points a game between the two of them,
and
night in and night out.
And you got Boogie that's on the way. Let's not even talk about it. But like as far as like Steph, as far as
that, my favorite video, bro, is the video of the fake reporter asking the fans about made up names that play for the Warriors. Have you guys seen that?
No.
So it's just a reporter, right, doing a prank, and he goes, so who would you rather have, KD or John Smith?
Yeah.
But John Smith's been playing good, but you just can't deny Kevin Durant. Answers like that, bro. That is Golden State's fan base in one video. They don't give a fuck. They just care that we're winning.
Kobe said it best. He's like, they're a bunch of Lakers fans that just got bored.
Oh, they went over there. Maybe.
Yeah.
A bunch of Cali.
I can see that.
Because he said we used to own that stadium. When we go to Golden State.
Oh, yeah.
But you know what? I was telling Zach this.
Ain't shit in Oakland.
Listen, once Steph is gone, KD ends up leaving, that team's going to go right back.
They'll be Lakers fans again.
They're going to go right back to being what they are.
Yeah.
And it's so crazy because they have right now become.
But that's what happens with all teams that have superstars. Look at the Heat now. I mean, yeah, they're fighting to keep their head above water, but they're not like they were.
It is weird because it's like, why wouldn't
the Cavs are ass trash?
Yeah. Like, the Cavs are always like, I can't, like, LeBron James was by far the greatest
thing that ever happened to Cleveland Cavaliers basketball.
But like, it's crazy to me. Like, players don't go to Miami. Miami's a great place. It's a warm state, and it's in the East.
But it's
like most players that go to the East don't like the East because it's cold. Why not go to Miami? Why not go to Orlando?
Hurricane season. That shit sucked.
I thought hurricane season was over.
I don't know. I think. Like I don't understand a lot of the players' psyche when it comes to like when they do decide on where they want to go.
I think it's cold.
But you also got to remember that we don't know what it's like to have that kind of money on the line. You know, making a decision 100%. To go here, making a decision to go here. Family, does this work out for my family with them being in school in Chicago? You know what I mean? Nobody want to come to Chicago because they're motherfucking afraid they're gonna get shot, bro.
I think it's more like our front office.
You look at the front office. You're afraid you're going to get shot.
I mean, Bulls, Bears. I mean, everybody, bro. You don't see big free agents coming here.
No, you don't. Even when it comes to the Bears.
Cubs are the only exclusion to that.
And who was the big free agent?
So
John Lester?
John Lester.
I mean, don't get me wrong. He's big, but he ain't no...
Yeah.
Hey, you know what's crazy about that? And you'll think, like, for the Cubs, it'd be hard because it's the summer. That's when the shooting really be happening.
Bro, it'd be popping out here.
That's why nobody wants to go to the South Side.
Well, nobody.
That's the real reason why that stadium empty.
Hey, that's the reason.
Everybody want to step out at like late at night, go to like 12 innings winning. I'm gonna stay here in the stadium.
Most arguments I've had with Sox fans is they say nobody goes to the games because they're at work. Is what they say. I said, well, motherfuckers, you act like it's free to go to a Cubs game. We got work too. We just know how to finesse the system, dog.
I'm sick. Go
Right.
Hey, I saw you on the TV.
Hey, Joe can't pull that because Joe always find his way on the TV on accident.
It was like, bro, I know you seen that one video of the dude on the bus in New York in the subway, and he's like, you're just mad because you're late to your bullshit ass job, and you can't buy a car because, bro, this lady's bitching about the bus being late, and the dude's like, shut the fuck up already. Like, you're just mad because you're late to your bullshit ass job, and you can't buy a car because you work a bullshit ass job. He goes, I'm late too. I'm probably gonna get fired. Ain't my fucking fault. He said it's the bus fault. He said, I'm gonna pull the video up after the show and show you. That shit is funny, bro. But that's what it reminds me of. It's like, bro.
Real quick, y'all hear about Nick Collins? Do y'all remember who Nick Collins?
Yes, you sent me that bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, he retired. He played his whole career there, bro.
I feel like
they
look,
got enough numbers that they can retire. They ain't got none retired, so they give the man this little number.
I feel like that's them taking like a little subtle shot at KD.
I feel like it was too. That's why I was like, why are they retiring Jay? Okay,
Well,
you're loyal. You're loyal.
It's like we appreciate our loyal players.
Like, is that why? Because he didn't, like, even when his back half of his career, dude wasn't doing nothing.
He was huge for the locker room. He you know what? I can't even. I can't even make the bullshit up. I don't know.
He didn't keep KD there. He didn't go to KD like, yo, you need to stay here, man.
I found it.
You found the video?
Yeah.
Like, bro, it's crazy, yo. I thought that was just very weird. Oh my gosh.
All right, what else we got on the docket?
I was going to talk about NBA rankings, but I mean, the mid-season is not there yet. Like, we got all-stars.
I really like, and realistically, in the East, it's 5 teams. In the West, it's a bunch of teams. Somebody's gonna make it that's not in it right now. The Spurs are.
This motherfucking video is so funny, bro.
Spurs are the Spurs.
The Spurs came back.
The Spurs are the Spurs, and like I think all of us at this table said that the Spurs probably weren't gonna make the playoffs this year. They can sneak in. They can sneak in.
There's teams that can always sneak in, but I mean, you got your cream of the crop. You got Golden State. You got Houston. I mean, we obviously don't know what Toronto is, but they are good.
Yeah.
You know, and if Giannis can show up in the playoffs, then you know what I mean. He did show up the other night against the Rockets, though, right?
Yeah, he launched the ball right at James Harden's head.
He said, "Hey, somebody said you want to take out the other MVP candidate, just kill him."
They asked James Harden.
So, I mean,
so did you see it coming? He said, "Hell no, that shit hurt."
I seen it coming.
Smoked. Yeah, I really don't have nothing else, bro. That's about it.
Nah, yeah, that's it.
All right, well. Look out for us. We're going to have another episode coming this Thursday. We'll be recording. We'll be talking about you'll get either Happy Joe or Mad Joe on Thursday. I promise you that.
Hey, you're going to catch one of the motherfucking other, and I will tell you it's either going to be mad or sad.
If you're mad, he getting the floor for the first 10 minutes. For sure.
We'll see what happens. You know what I'm saying, man? We're going to leave it at that, man. Oh, motherfucking goddamn Boonhauer. That's all I gotta say, goddamn it. God damn it, Bobby.
Real quick, okay, so we're going to be recording on Wednesday nights, and the episodes are going to be available first thing Thursday morning, along with the YouTube videos. So it's going to be a lot more fluid. It's going to be consistent. So if you're curious how dumb we look on video, check out the YouTube videos. You get the podcast view, you get the Indian head, the sloppy desk, and me playing on my phone occasionally because whatever, like D-Mob is currently doing. Creators, I don't know how I want to say this. I think I'm going to save this for next week, but I do want to kind of put a call to action to all other creators because I've been having a lot of people hit me up on Instagram asking me about what did we do to start the podcast and like all that other stuff, and I'm interested in doing collabs with people since
other podcasts.
Yeah, just get stuff started. I'm not leaving Smacktalk, but I want to help create. So this is for me. I can't. I can only speak for myself. I enjoy when we do this.
So do I. I mean, it just sucks with the conflicting schedule right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when I have time, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just
and me and you
Right.
have had that conversation. We were moving
Right.
stuff around, obviously. But I enjoy doing this, and I do want to do more of this. So other creators that want to do some sort of collab, if it be coming on and guest spotting or working on some other material, please hit me up. Let's figure something out. And then there's some other stuff that needs to be talked about, but we'll talk about that off camera about the future of how we're going to make Smacktalk work. But we're going to make it work for sure. Once again, thank you everybody for your support. We appreciate it dearly. Enjoy all the games today or whenever you're listening to this, whatever the case may be. This has been another episode of Smacktalk. Leave it on the court. Thank you guys.